Do you find yourself saying sorry even when you didn't do anything wrong? You're not overthinking. Your brain is wired to avoid conflict, and it's more common than you think. Sometimes, if you pay attention, you'll notice that apologies slip out almost automatically. Maybe it happens at work when someone bumps into you in the hallway, or in a conversation when you voice a simple opinion. And yet, in those moments, you're not actually wrong. Your instinct is just to smooth over tension, to keep the emotional waters calm. This isn't laziness or weakness. Often it traces back to childhood, to subtle lessons about how to survive socially. Perhaps you grew up in an environment where criticism was frequent, or where harmony mattered more than asserting your own needs. Over time, your brain learned a simple rule: if I apologize, I'm safe. For many chronic apologizers, empathy is heightened. You sense others' discomfort acutely, and your response is almost reflexive. I must fix it. I must soften it. And yet, that impulse can feel paradoxical, because even when you're right, your own comfort takes a back seat. It's a kind of social vigilance. People-pleasing tendencies, conflict-avoidant habits, and a streak of neuroticism all play into it. And you may not even realize how often this pattern shows up in daily life, apologizing for small interruptions in meetings, for sending a text a little late, or even for existing in a shared space. And sometimes it's not just social anxiety, though that's often part of it. It's also about learned self-perception, a quiet, internal belief that your needs, your presence, or your feelings are less important than everyone else's. You may notice a subtle tension whenever you start to assert yourself, even in small ways, like asking a question or voicing a preference. That tension nudges you toward apology, almost like a safety valve. And yet, underneath it all, there's a kind of internal conflict. Part of you knows you're not at fault, but another part feels compelled to preemptively smooth over potential upset. Over time, these micro-apologies can accumulate, shaping how others see you and how you see yourself. People might perceive you as gentle, accommodating, or agreeable, which isn't untrue, but they might also unconsciously step on boundaries or expect you to absorb discomfort. And inside, you may feel an invisible exhaustion, the subtle drain of constantly managing other people's emotional state. It's a quiet labor, one that often goes unnoticed because it's wrapped in politeness and social grace. Sometimes it helps to pause and reflect on the moments that trigger the apology. Ask yourself, why am I saying this? Is it to genuinely acknowledge a misstep, or is it to preempt imagined tension? And notice your body. There's often a physical response, a small tightening in the chest, a softening of the voice, a quick glance at the other person. Those cues are clues to your automatic patterns, your deeply ingrained social instincts. And yet, despite the automatic nature, there's nuance in every apology. Some arise from genuine care, some from habit, some from fear. And sometimes, without realizing it, you're teaching your brain a subtle lesson, that your worth is tied to others' comfort. The curious part is how universal this is. Many people, especially those attuned to others' emotions, share this tendency. And there's a quiet humanity in it. It speaks to our deep social wiring, our desire to connect, to belong, to keep the fragile fabric of relationship intact. And so, the next time you catch yourself apologizing unnecessarily, you might notice it without judgment. You might wonder where it started, how it shaped your interactions, and what it reveals about your emotional landscape. There's no rush to change it, no pressure to stop it. Just noticing, quietly, is enough to begin understanding the intricate dance between empathy, fear, and habit that keeps this pattern alive. Over time, awareness brings a kind of reflective stillness. You see the roots of these behaviors, the subtle threads woven from childhood into adulthood, and the small, ongoing ways they shape your relationships and self-perception. And in that quiet recognition, there's a gentle kind of insight, a space to observe yourself, not as flawed, but as profoundly human. You may find, as you reflect, that these apologies carry stories of care, of fear, of survival, and that simply acknowledging them can be, in itself, a quiet, meaningful act of self-understanding.